Yo,
Yo,
what's going on, man?
you're chilling, bro. You know, we back, man. We back.
Man, good time to pod, man. As y'all can see, we got a guest on here. I'm gonna introduce my man's last, but y'all know what's going on. This is the What the Business podcast, or What the Business is podcast. Damn, I fucked up the name of our own podcast, but this is episode 38. With your two favorite hosts, it's your boy Khan.
Man, it's your boy Zine, man.
Man, and we back down like SmackDown, all around like gum on the ground.
You know.
With a guest, man. We got a special guest on here today. We started one of my roommates.
Yeah.
An 1100 member.
Yeah.
One of the guys, man.
Yeah.
One of the best shooters in Washburn University men's basketball
The best
history.
shooter I've ever played with. I'm merching it.
No bat. Hey. No bat.
I'm merching it.
It is the one and only Topeka legend.
Yeah.
Levi Braun, y'all.
Yes, sir, gang.
Man, appreciate
you pulling up, bro.
For joining on, man. It's long overdue too, man. We've been meaning to get you on here for a minute. So glad.
I've been tapped in since episode 1, man.
No cap.
Facts.
That's love too, man. That's love too.
For sure. So we glad to get you on here. I mean, remember y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We just posted an episode a couple days ago, so continue to tune into that too as well. And yeah, man, we about to get into it. Let's pod, bro. So Vi, like I said, it's your first time on here, so we like to let everybody get the introduction as to who you are. So let everybody know. Obviously, most people gonna know who you are, but Levi, let them know who you are, how you got into basketball, and everything like that.
Man, Levi Braun from Topeka, born and raised, hooped at Washburn, current graduate assistant coach at Rockhurst in Kansas City. Just finished up my first year there. I got one more. So I'll graduate and move on to, God knows what after that next summer.
Congrats, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Major.
Yes, sir.
But I started playing basketball when I was in like the 4th grade. My 2 older brothers just used to kind of beat up on me in the driveway, and that was how I learned to hoop. It was days where I would like run into the house, like telling mom, like, I'm never playing basketball ever again. Like, I can't stand them. But then like the next day I would be right back asking them like, yo, like y'all want to go play? Like, so they definitely taught me how to hoop and how to just be tough. So the older brothers in the driveway, man.
I feel you,
so,
bro.
Now you say 4th grade was when you started playing. Now, how old were you when that switch flipped? Like, okay, this is something I could be good at. This is something I could take college and beyond.
Yeah.
I would say like in like middle school, like I was like pretty tall, but like in my middle school league wasn't like, obviously it's middle school basketball, but I was just putting up like numbers as like a little 13-year-old dude. And so I was like, and like Topeka's like a size where like it's not tiny, but like it's big to where there's like multiple districts to where like people kind of know like if you're getting off, like, oh, this dude like Levi like over here at like French middle school, like he's killing his middle school. So like in a couple of years, like he's gonna be like a dude. And they just kind of played out that way. Went to Hayden High School, had a good team, had a pretty good career there, and yeah.
I feel you,
man.
That's lit.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Yeah.
So like, what's a memory? What's one of like big memories from basketball growing up that you can always remember, whether it be a game, a player you played against, or just a cool moment? Tell us about that, bro.
Yeah, I think 2 come to mind. I won a state championship my junior year. Very blessed to have
lucky
that.
Motherfucker, man.
Lucky as hell.
So that's never forget that winning that with the guys.
Hell yeah.
I remember we played 17s. We played Mocan EYBL in like a showcase game in Lawrence, and so that was our class con. They had like Christian Braun and Folly Dante.
Right. Mosley. Big Dante. Shout out to Dante, man.
Malik Hall went to Michigan State. They were loaded. And we're warming up, and like we're on the end. We're like right behind the basket we're warming up on. It's like Bill Self, Tony Bennett from Virginia. It's Beeline from Michigan. It was Notre Dame's coach. And so I'm throwing off the glass. I'm like getting bouncy. I'm not even a dunker, but I'm trying to like dunk and stuff. Like this coach is saying right here,
man. Nah, for real.
And we were down 1 at half. Like we were hooping with these dudes. They beat
Okay.
us by 20. They smacked us in the second half.
Damn.
Yeah. But that was a game.
Damn.
That was the atmosphere. Obviously, everyone's coming out to see Moke, and it's packed. That was that's a game I'll definitely remember.
I feel you.
Nah, facts. That feels
Them
good
always
too. Was
be
it
the
like
ones, yeah.
facts? I was just gonna ask, was it like a local tournament too, or like
So it was the
somewhere
Hardwood Classic, which is like it's a big event that like Kansas City and Lawrence kind of put on. It's
Kansas
like
City?
the week
Yeah.
after like Peach Jam, and so like
Right.
it's a few EYBL teams that come. It's a few Adidas teams that pull up. So like
Right.
I know like Boo Williams was there. Howard Pulley used to pull up. So like it was good comp. And then obviously like some of the local like non-shoe teams that are there that like
Yeah.
get to try to prove themselves, you know.
Man.
Nah, facts. Them used to always be the best tournaments I felt like
For
growing
sure.
up, bro. Then you had that melting pot of teams in there. Never know who could really win.
For
Because the
sure.
EYBL teams could fuck around and come in there on some bullshit. You know how they could be. They might have a 5-star or two. So they
Literally.
come out lazy. And you just never know what can happen in them games. Nah, those used to be the best tournaments.
I remember when I was 17, I think. I was playing 17s. We had a tournament in Vegas, like a Bigfoot tournament. It's like
Yeah.
it goes on. I think it goes on at like the same time. It's either the week after the Fab 48 or the Adidas tournament or something like that. But it's right around that time. And we played a team from Australia in that tournament. They came from all the way across the water.
Talking about.
And get this, game, they was ass. We gave them belt.
They was weak.
They flew all the way across the water to get belt.
They were weak.
But that was just like one of my fondest memories, like of AAU. Like this is some of the coolest shit ever. And people really AAU give you experiences that you'll never have in basketball again. Like when can
you'll play a random player from
when can you ever
like
think
Australia
of being even in my case, like all of the coaches sitting under the rim, you know what I'm saying? Like packed out gym. Like there's only so many opportunities you could really get.
Who was the coldest player y'all played against AAU though? Or like just a play, it might not have to be the coldest, but somebody that like after y'all played him, he was like, damn, he went crazy, or like he gonna be next level. I got one that's gonna fuck y'all up when y'all here.
Damn.
I'm gonna take y'all back a second.
I mean, and Folly was like, he was kind of OD.
Dante was. I got a crazy story about Dante. I probably done told y'all that. I think I definitely told you this, Vi. I might have told you this too.
Yeah.
But like when Folly first came to America, he came to Northwest Arkansas. So like it was like him. It was a dude that lived in Bentonville. He was like a Bentonville youth coach, bro. I forget his name, bro. Damn, it's slipping my mind. But he adopted, bro, like, or fostered, whatever you want to call it, like Dante and like damn near his whole family for real. Like,
damn,
took like Dante's brothers, sister, like they all cahoot. They all tall as hell, African type tall motherfuckers, bro. They come over here. Dante, like in the 8th grade, I'm confused as shit. He bring him to a practice. He an 8th grader, bro. I'm confused as hell, bro. He tall as hell, dunking the ball. But he was uncoordinated at that time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he really wasn't good at that time. Like, I'm going to be real. But he was young. Obviously, a lot of people weren't good at that time, but he was raw. Bro, so like, he was playing on our team. Well, obviously, I was trash. So I was on the B team at that time. But he was playing with my homie Coop and them. They was on a little 18. They was getting busy. I'm like, damn, they got this big African dude. He kind of nice. Like, I don't know when he gonna pan out, but he cold right now. So you see, he looks smooth. Bro, he literally like moved. I don't know what happened to Dante, bro. He disappeared. Didn't have a clue where he went. He stopped playing with our AAU team. I was like, used to hear little stuff about him when he would like come to town, but like never really saw him or nothing. And then like a year and a half later, he pops up at like Sunrise Christian or one of them little prep schools. And bro's like the best. He's like the best player in the country all of a sudden.
That nigga went and sat like, in the hyperbaric chamber, ain't he?
Bro, I don't know what they did to him, bro. Because at first he was supposed to come to Bentonville, bro. Like, that was gonna be the plan. Like, he was gonna be at Bentonville, but then we had a coaching change, and like it was a coach that was helping bring all him and his brother and them all over here. But yeah, then he ended up going to Sunrise, and just out the blue, this man turned into a rotational NBA big man. Man, he gonna play in an association or something one day. Man. Crazy, bro. crazy how quick it turned for him. Like I remember seeing him. I was like, damn, I don't know.
Hey.
Overnight, bro.
Yeah.
But
I got a question for you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
What did you enjoy more, your high school basketball or college basketball?
That's a good question. I think college, like high school basketball is like great vibes. Obviously, like, you a youngin, you got the student section, like all the homies right there.
you got Braun
It's
in
kind of
the
more of like an
crowd.
intimate vibe, but like college basketball is lit. Like that's why I really encourage these youngins to like grind, so you can get that opportunity because like
Get to experience that shit, bro.
it's
Mhm.
fun.
Ain't nothing.
Obviously the gameplay, is high level stuff. You got these coaching staffs whose like whole career is built around like getting you to like win a game.
Real
No,
shit.
For real, G. For real, G, it's crazy.
But then yeah, obviously like you living, with the guys, you're going to school,
Facts,
you know,
bro, now.
just having fun. So yeah, college
Having a good
basketball
time,
is definitely a good experience. That's why I'm still
I
like
feel you.
Facts.
kind of in the industry.
Nah, fact.
1K.
So now let's transition. Zim led us into it. Let's transition. So obviously you talked about, you went from Hayden High School, won a state championship, one of the better players to ever come out of there. Then you go to stay home. You know what I'm saying? You go right up the street, little 8-minute drive
Right.
to Washburn University.
Yeah.
First let's start off with that. What went into that decision, and what ultimately led to you staying home.
Yeah. So my recruiting process, I was just getting looked at by a lot of D2s in the area, hitting me up. Ballard and his staff was kind of the first staff to like really kind of go all in. And that was my first offer. And it's funny, when I posted the Washburn offer, like a lot of these other schools just stopped hitting me up. Because they
knew it was a wrap.
They just kind of thought it was a
They
wrap.
already
Which,
knew.
like, at the time it wasn't. I was still considering like, other options. But then at that point it's like, okay, like this is the best program anyways. As far as just like how like the success that they're having, kind of the trajectory that they're on. When I took the visit, the biggest thing for me was just like how I bonded with the guys. So, I met like obviously the OGs, Jalen and Tyler and Will and them, and they were cool. They were funny dudes.
That's lit.
Man.
So then yeah, and my mom was like, being close to mom was important. She really wanted me to stay home. So yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer at that point.
I feel you.
Was it another school that you almost went to though? Like, who was like, damn, like Washburn,
yeah,
like obviously this feel right, but damn, like this ain't.
I remember vividly, like one day during my freshman year, I redshirted my first year, where like, I don't know, it was just one of them days. I just wasn't feeling it. Maybe I wasn't playing good, or I was just tired. I remember thinking to myself, like, man, like I should have at least taken the Fort Hays visit or like so what was out there, man. Like, dang, but no,
man.
that was just a day. Like, I'm really glad I went to Washburn. I love my time there. I got a lot of love for those guys.
Yeah.
Fort Hays was a school that was talking to me. I got offered by Maryville, D2 in St. Louis.
Okay. Yep.
Ironically, Rockhurst was kind of recruiting me a little bit as well. But nah, man, I'm a Washburn guy through and through. Obviously, I was a part of the program for 5 years, so yeah.
Man, that nigga did blood in, blood out in that mug, man. Nah, I just wanted to ask you that because Azim, he always talked about he wanted to go to Miami and turn up at
like
Booby Trap and King of Diamonds and shit like that.
That nigga said turn up that Booby Trap, King of Diamonds.
Like in a different universe, like where would I?
Nah, he was talking about
so like I had an offer from Barry University, which is in Miami, coming out of high school. But like my parents, I just made the executive decision. I'm like, Miami, Kansas. Probably should go to Kansas.
Yeah, it couldn't have had me MIA.
But it was just like
crazy.
But what's even crazier though? I graduated. For y'all that don't know, Con and Vi is a year older than me, so I came in a year after they got to Washburn. But I graduated in 2020, so it was COVID when I graduated. I didn't even go on a visit. I didn't know who anybody was on the team.
That's a crazy life.
I didn't bro. I had talked to Ballard on the phone like 5-6 times. I was texting back and forth with JB, and the coach who really recruited me for it was Ballesteri. And when I got here, Ballesteri wasn't even.
And they was gone.
My dog was gone, bro. I
He
said,
was
damn.
gone.
But
Ballesteri,
yeah,
big
bro, like
strong guy.
it was
Shout out to
like
Sterry
coming from a big city out here, bro. I was like, I don't know what to expect. But when I met y'all, it was
Yeah.
lit though. Like it was cool. It felt like being at home. We were just kicking it with the guys for real. Everybody just was cool. There wasn't no beef.
Yeah,
There
the
wasn't no
vibes was
smoke.
pretty
Everybody was just
immaculate
good
off the bat.
vibes, bro.
Yeah, it was great vibes off the bat for sure.
No
Yeah,
cap.
2020 was like that's what I always tell people, man. Like that was the craziest
fever
year
dream.
ever.
Man, now hold on. We're gonna get to that in a second. Hold on. We're
Yeah,
gonna get to that in a little
yeah,
bit. We're gonna get to that one in a little bit.
yeah.
But what was like your biggest adjustment going from just for few players coming up? What was your biggest adjustment taking that step from college to high school or high school to college?
Man, it was just a step up like all the way around, like speed, strength,
Factual.
time management, and like looking back now, like my habits off the court like really weren't even that good. Like this thing's obviously
awful.
like you live and you learn. But like yeah. Yeah.
Horrendous.
But
Our shit was terrible.
no, like probably like the strength. Like I wasn't a super like, strong. Like the weight room was an adjustment. We was in there grinding them for a couple years, and then just playing pickup. Like obviously I'm guarding this dude Jalen Lewis and Tyler Guyman every day. I'm like, damn, like this is what this is like. And also, I told this story to someone a couple of days, like last week. My redshirt year, I'm sitting on the bench in sweats, like watching my guys ball out every game. And the MIAA that year was wild.
Bracking.
Like
that joint was cracking.
And I'm
boy,
sitting over
every
there.
Game.
I'm sitting over there like I don't know if I can do this.
Every game, it was Armageddon in that bad boy, man. What?
You got obviously Trevor and Ryan and Diego at Northwest. They're all coming back.
Talk about it.
You got Cam Martin at Southern. He's coming back. You got this dude from Truman State named Broderick Thomas, who ended up on the
Celtics. We talked about him when Jay Lou was on a pod.
Bro, that guy was nasty.
That nigga gave us a care package, nigga. Sent us back to Lincoln Hall with a box of pizza and hurt emotions, nigga.
Central.
I was second guessing everything.
Pizza, cheese only,
bro.
UCO, Missouri Western,
dogs though.
Like,
bro, everybody had, bro. You had to really get it in, like in the MIAA. I mean, like obviously, you still getting it in, but bro, that freshman year,
cap though.
No, it was a jungle in that bad boy, bro. For real, man. But nah, I agree though. Like everything was a change, bro. Like I remember my first visit, and I went and played pickup with niggas, boy. I second guessed my whole life after that pickup session, bro. My pops mad as hell at me after your parents come on a visit and shit. My pops on a visit.
Mm-hmm.
He like, man, they about to pull the offer for sure.
Weak as fuck. That nigga
he said, yeah. He said, I wouldn't count on you going there.
Nigga said he's so bad they about to pull the offer. Oh,
y'all been to the crib, bro. Y'all know how my pops is, bro.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. He said I wouldn't really count on you going there. He said they probably gonna pull the offer. I said,
sick,
damn.
Bro. He's sick.
I said, damn.
No, he's sick.
Yeah, I got cooked, bro. But
see
that shit was definitely
the biggest difference I noticed was honestly like game speed was up, but like in Texas, like we play fast as shit. Like a lot of it is just transition game mainly. So it was definitely a step up in speed, but it wasn't anything out of control, so to say. To me, the biggest difference was just shot making ability. Like everybody on the team can literally get a bucket. Like they tell you your whole life growing up that like once you get to college, everybody the best player from where they from. But that shit is real.
That
like I'm telling y'all, like
that shit really real.
That shit is real because that team, like I wasn't there for that team that y'all for the MIAA that y'all was talking about. Well, I was there for part of it. I was there for the back end, some of the other guys.
Man, it was the same.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same shit.
It was the same teams, G.
But like, bruh, it was hoopers in the MIAA. Like the MIAA, if I could compare it to a level of college basketball, I would literally say it's like playing mid-major basketball. Like there was mid-major caliber players at every school.
But like for the 2 years that we try and reference right now, though, it was like what the SEC was like this year, Tyson.
Real shit.
It was like
real shit.
Damn near what the SEC was like this year, bro. Like you probably had one off game.
Bro, we was getting 4 teams. We was getting 4 and 5 teams from our conference into the national tournament, like in a region.
Cracking, bro.
We was playing our conference teams in the national tournament, y'all. So if that let y'all know anything,
it was really cracking.
But yeah,
cracking, bro.
That shit was crazy.
But now, what was like a memorable memory from Washburn? It could be funny, some funny shit we could laugh at, some good shit. Obviously, the cliche thing. We won a chip. So like, we could talk rings on this motherfucker all day if we wanted to.
Yeah, man. we brought one home on some ESPN, Disney Channel type
top 10
crazy stuff.
Some real crazy
For real,
shit.
Miracle on Ice type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, that was super lit. Shout out to all the guys for that one.
Yeah, shout out to TY.
Yeah,
got that big quarter length. Got us to the crib.
Launched that motherfucker.
But nah, I mean it's probably some stuff we can't even really talk about on the pod, man. But
yeah, facts. One that we can talk about. A funny one that we can talk about on air. That's the sick part, bro. The best memories was all just we gotta talk about that on the Patreon.
Yeah, we gotta just
I don't know if it's even like one like thing.
So you can lay off a couple if you got a couple that's come to mind, but or something.
I mean, no, like obviously just times being lit with the guys, you know.
Facts, bro.
After a big win, like that's a good feeling.
Facts, bro. Like that's really what I was telling like our players at Hayden, bro. Like when we just talk about like the great things that happened in like you really don't remember shit other than how it felt like after you won a big game, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
that walk in your trap, take over your trap feeling.
Big games, bro.
Man.
That shit just felt so damn
good,
bro.
Like where are those guys right now?
Literally.
Facts, bro.
Y'all really thought y'all was going to win.
Somebody that was man, when you beat somebody that was cold, it felt so good, bro.
Man.
It felt so good. Nah, that's real, bro. That's real.
I know one thing I'll never forget about college basketball.
What?
Boot camp. Boot camp had motherfuckers taking melatonin gummies put up at 6 p.m., nigga.
Shit was a motherfucker.
Hey. I'm not gonna lie though. That kind of came up like finishing boot camp though. Like when you ran that final sprint.
Smooth.
But live
that was
crossed that line at last time.
That was a good feeling.
Boy, I ain't never did cocaine in my life, but damn it, that's gotta be similar to the feeling.
That nigga said it's euphoria when you cross that line.
Bro, when you touched that line that last time, you just...
I'm crying, bro.
Boy,
Gee.
what?
Boot camp is some of the is some of the wildest shit like one can experience. Like it's really gonna test your love for the game of basketball.
The only one that was cool was my last one. My last one was fake cool.
Yeah. Senior year, we knew what was going on.
Facts. My senior year, it was in there. Vibes were straight.
Bro, the one before
wasn't that too crazy.
Our third year, that one, I was going
almost
through
quit. Almost quit. Ballard definitely lucky that NIL was not around during that time. I would have needed 10K to show up to boot camp.
I'm in Portal.
I would have pressed him. Hey.
No.
I needed 10
I wasn't even there for that one. Y'all.
What's crazy about that one is like that was the first year the indoor opened. So we're showing up to the indoor at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And like half the team was on like injury reserve. So when we're lining up for like full court.
No, I was there for that one.
Nah, you weren't, because that was our junior year.
Nah, I was there. Oh God, I was there because I was hurt. I was on the side.
This nigga was doing these on the sideline and shit.
You niggas was dying.
We're lining up for full court closeouts. It's like 3 people in each corner. I'm like, yo, what?
Bro. And then I'm looking around. Bro. And then I'm looking around, Vi. We closing out on turf.
Yo.
I'm looking like, this nigga
in running shoes, by the way, y'all. Not cleats. In running shoes. Slipping.
Close out, bro, on
Still
turf.
Gotta finish the drill.
And then he gonna say,
nah, bro, that was some of the wildest shit.
We're gonna finish on the track.
Bro. I was in that boot camp hot. I'm kicking trash. I was kicking trash cans.
I do remember that, bruh. I do remember that because that's
the one
when
I was blue in that.
Yeah, I do remember that, bro.
That was the one I was blue in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I do
bro.
remember
That was the one I like. That's why I said, bro.
Yeah,
I told Ballard I needed a 10 ball.
Yeah, he's not capping, y'all.
Oh, bro, I told Ballard, love, coach.
I had
Give
to
me 10 ball and I'm there.
real deep that year.
Yeah.
It took everything.
Nah.
Fuck,
nah,
boy,
facts,
that shit.
bro.
That shit would get to fucking with my hip and doing all that shit on the turf. I get to hyperextending my hip and shit. No sirski. No sirski.
Man, that shit'll make a man out you though. If you ain't ready yet, that shit gonna have your ass ready, bro. Heart thumping out your chest,
nigga,
sweating all over the place. You can't
that's the most
see
tired
some mornings and shit.
Your mind,
that's the most tired. Keep in mind,
mind cloudy.
Man, keep in mind, y'all, it's October. This shit happens in October in Kansas. It's snow on the ground. It's 4 degrees outside. Sun not up yet. We in there at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Like, bro. And we just grinding in that bitch. It's not a ball in sight, y'all. Don't even think about a ball.
Niggas yelling. This nigga's yelling in your ear. Grown niggas yelling in your ear early as hell. You ain't gonna you gotta run. I'm like, God damn, it's 6:30 in the morning.
Literally.
Like, I'm just jumping over a line right now, bro. Like, just chill out. I'm
just warming up. We just warming up, literally.
It's a line jump, gang. You gotta run. Start the time over. I'm in there like, yo, what? We just got in here, bro.
Yo, that shit is so real. Yeah.
Bro, that shit used to... I remember the worst part really, like, the part that was worse than boot camp, though, was about, like, the 2-week part before that motherfucker, dog. Once it's about 2 weeks before, you like, oh.
Yo, we got you just start counting down. Weeks. Yep. Start counting down to that bitch like you gotta go do a bid.
Boy. Man, that shit was...
That should be sick,
that shit was something else. But it was crazy looking back on it, though. Like, looking back on it, man, it's like... I be laughing at the shit now, like, man, we
bro, that
in there
be
clowning.
hilarious.
I'm in there falling across the line, laying out. Oh my god!
What's the meme where it's like, there's like the soldier dude, but then like faded in the background, it's like planes and missiles flying everywhere and stuff.
No, dead ass, bro. We was in real deal guerrilla warfare,
bro. I swear. That shit was not normal. And you know what's crazy, bro? After I left, I never did nothing even close to equivalent of that shit ever.
No, I never will ever again.
Nothing ever even close to that shit.
I wish I would get up at 6 in the morning and jump over a fucking sideline.
Never.
Close out and slide. These things are crazy.
That shit is borderline self-hatred, bro. Like, real shit.
This is wild. I was like, yeah, okay. I see what we're doing here.
I'm through.
I see exactly what's going on.
Nah, you know what had me the sickest, bro? I can't remember what game it was. It might have been when we played William Jewell one of them years. You know, them niggas always used to do some wild shit and just have crazy shit going, and they just sneak us.
That was probably our junior year.
Yeah, I think that was our sophomore. That was my sophomore year.
Because we had our junior year.
We missed we missed like OD free throws and had turnovers or something like that. You know, we used to watch film before practice.
And we had a general. And we had John and Ty.
See, that's crazy, bro. We down 3 juggernauts and coach still tweaking.
Free time,
it's cool though, man. At that point, it was free time. Shit. I just remember we watched film before practice, and Ballard was, bro. He was getting so sick watching the film. We was missing free throws. We was turning that motherfucker over. We were just doing all type of drunk shit. And I remember I forget who he told. I can't remember if it was Rainey or JB. But he was like,
it was Z-Hop.
It was Z-Hop. He was like, start keeping count. Every time I tell you to put a tally on the board, put a tally on the board. We're just going to run for this shit. And, bro, it got up to like 40 tallies. And we got in the gym, and he just put us on the line and said, that's how many down and backs we got? I said, no, he's sick. We're cooked right now. We're through right now.
That was the start of practice, folks.
But it was really love, though, because he really could have. I thought he was going to give us that many 22s. And if he would have gave us that many 22s, I might have turned my shoes in that day. No funny shit.
I need 10,000.
If we would have had 30 22s.
Niggas is lucky Khan was not in the NIL era.
Man.
Boy, niggas is... Niggas is lucky.
Speaking of that, Vi, do you personally have you had any wild experiences with NIL with recruiting? Like, you don't have to name drop or anything like that, but just in terms of like players wanting certain demands, like have you noticed a change in the mindset of the players coming out nowadays versus when we were coming out of high school?
Most definitely, yeah. The mindset change is alarming. It's crazy. It didn't take very long because like a lot of these D2s, like these, wealthier, more established D2s, like have NIL collectives and stuff. Like Washburn right now. I mean, you see Bachelor on these commercials and
Man,
stuff.
that nigga be on my TV every other fucking
Man.
commercial. I be looking at his ass like, look at this.
As far as
Sedity,
us, Rockhurst, like we don't have a ton to offer. We have some like partnerships with some local businesses and stuff, but it's not a ton. But yeah, we're reaching out to players, and there was one kid we reached out to who's like getting some low major looks and like D2 looks, and our head coach
What'd he
asked him
say
just out
to
of
y'all?
curiosity. He said like like what's the best offer you've got from a Division II, and he said 50,000 like for a year from a Division II. He didn't ask like
damn.
he didn't ask who the school was, or he could have been just BSing, but I believe it. I think there's some
I
of the
believe it too.
some of the D2s in Texas, probably some of
It's
the
a D2 that got
MIAA.
50. It's a D2 that got 50 for you.
Yeah, it's definitely a D2 that got 50.
Lincoln Memorial, I know, has a little, just to throw a name there. They got a budget.
All of them, yeah, Nova Southeastern probably got a little bag they could throw at some folks. There's some D2s with some bread.
Just a little rhetorical question for both of y'all real quick. We play with the GOAT who we feel like at Washburn.
Yeah.
What could bro have asked for that 5th year, bro?
Whatever.
That 5th year was colossal.
Whatever
what
he
could
wanted.
T.Y. Tyler Guyman, for those who don't know, what could he have asked for that 5th year, bro? If niggas is getting 50, I know that nigga can't fuck with T.Y. Respectfully to whoever that guy is that y'all are recruiting. He probably is a great guy, great dude. But, I mean, he might be able to, but I don't know.
I would say,
T.Y.
Yeah, I would say if I'm T.Y., it's a good thing. Like I said, it's really just a good thing we wasn't in that position. Cause I need 100 or better. I ain't gonna lie.
That nigga say
nigga, what? I need 100.
Farley and asked for 100.
What? I just hit a full court shot that was on fucking ESPN. Bro, run me my bag, nigga.
I need my ESPN
in the conference tournament. Like what? Come on, bro. Shit, if I'm J. Lou, I need 50.
That's why the landscape is so crazy now, because unless you're a high major guy, everything is just a resume builder for the next level. So, like, obviously at that time, Washburn, even now, wouldn't have had, couldn't have matched whatever T.Y. was. Even if he didn't ask for that, they wouldn't have been able to match whatever he's, like, worth, quote unquote. But South Dakota State can, or,
man,
shoot,
fucking Missouri State,
man. St. Louis.
Something.
That's why I like these D2 guys. When they earn all conference, freshman of the year, they average 15. That's just a mid-major. Yeah, that's just a resume builder for the next thing.
Seeing what happened with the buys, man.
So,
bro, got up
my
out of
question is, with that happening, does that more so open up the door for high school athletes to get scholarship offers at, like, say, lower level, maybe like a Division II, an NAIA, a D3, maybe a mid-major? Or does that kind of completely shut the door because now these D2 guys are trying to bounce up and go mid-major and go high major D1 instead of some of these high school guys getting those looks?
Great question.
It kind of depends on the coach. Every coach kind of has their niche. Obviously, if you're an 18-year-old and, like, you're a dude, like, you can for sure, like, eye test, like, you can play at this level. Yeah, like, coaches will offer you still. But I know some coaches who have straight up said, like, I don't recruit high school players anymore. Why would I trust an 18, 19-year-old with, like, my program when I could go grab a 22-year-old to fill the same spot?
Valid. See, like, that's what I be thinking. Like, it would have been fucked for me coming out of high school because, like, I was under-recruited, didn't really have that shit at any level for real. So, like, I probably would have been fucked. So I'm glad I came out at the time I did, man.
Man, I feel you.
this era these niggas is coming up in nowadays. If you an under recruited type of dude, or
It's
it's
tricky.
damn near a rap for you.
Well, now
And it's gotten to the point where. Oh, go ahead, Vi.
I was gonna say like this JUCO stuff. Some of this JUCO stuff, like I think they're still waiting on some rulings, but they're saying like JUCO might not go towards your eligibility at all.
Man,
Which is
that bitch is gonna be like high school.
So,
Which is
like,
crazy.
obviously, like, yeah, if you're a high schooler and you don't really have the offers you like, yeah, I mean, go JUCO. And
JUCO is definitely the way to go.
Clock. And so now you are 20, still with, all your eligibility left.
Been in the lab for 2 years too, because JUCO gonna grind. You gonna grind in JUCO. Like you gonna get that work. You gonna get better.
Yeah. So now the average age, dudes are just gonna be super old playing college basketball.
It's gonna be like the pros, damn near. It's gonna be like semi-pro.
It's gonna be a bunch of Chad Baker Mazars running around
on some real shit.
They're gonna qualify for their pension playing college basketball.
Real shit. 401ks being built.
Yeah. Now Zine touched on it a little bit though. Now you've transitioned playing at Washburn. You're at Rockhurst University. For those of y'all that don't know, that's a little bit out, damn near right outside downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Doing your thing on the grad assistant level. Talk a little bit about that experience real quick. How has that been? And shout outs or anything you wanted to make.
Nah, man, I'm loving it. My position in particular, I think I'm getting to do like a lot more than like what a normal grad assistant would do, like responsibility wise. Like I think if you go to like a high major, you're a GA. In some positions, you're kind of just a glorified manager, just because the staff is so big. But here, I'm like a second assistant. I mean, I was kind of like JB and Rainey. I'm doing half the scouts. I'm breaking the film down. I get to assist with recruiting.
Giving a scout out.
Hey, that's lit.
I'm doing the film and everything.
Giving a scout out.
I get to help with recruiting. I'm reaching out to people. I'm helping on visits.
That's fire.
I'm working out the guys, helping obviously with all on the court activities. I'm leading the scout team against the top guys. I still have some manager stuff. I'm doing laundry. I'm ordering food. Kind of operations type stuff as well. So it's a little bit of everything, bro. So I'm learning a ton.
Yeah, that's lit, bro. You get
my fault.
My fault. I was just gonna say that's a special opportunity. Like you said, a lot of people don't get that. So that's cool that they trust you enough to open that. Feel what I'm saying? Open that opportunity up. That's hard, bro.
Very blessed.
For sure. I was just gonna ask real quick before we transition. What's like some players that you're coaching there, or whatever that you might be recruiting that you're expecting to have a big year next year, or that you got some high hopes for?
Man, so we're losing a lot. We had a lot of seniors.
I remember you said that. Yeah,
had a lot of seniors, and a couple guys hit the portal. Starting point guard last year was all conference. He just committed to South Alabama, so he's making the jump. But we have a 4-man, Jaden Flournoy, who had some big time games for us last year. He's going to be big time for us next year. He's actually from Dallas. I don't know what high school he went to. Yeah, I can figure that out though. But from the Dallas area.
Shout out, bro.
But he's gonna be a 5th year next year, senior. Jaden Flournoy, forward, big time athlete. He's gonna be big time for us next year. I'm excited.
Nah, facts. Real quick, one last question before we transition to what we actually wanted to talk about next. What we came here for. What is one tip, one pointer, one little word of advice that you have for a player coming up that's wanting to make that jump from the high school level to the college level? What's a little piece of advice or something you want to give to them to help them out along the way?
Yeah, I would always just encourage players to be real with themselves, like especially with all the social media stuff. Like, you know what it takes.
Merch.
Like, you know how hard you're working. You know how hard you need to work. You know what your habits need to look like. So don't blame it on like a lack of knowledge, because you know what it takes. You know if you're really putting in the work, if you're being smart with your daily habits, your sleep, your nutrition, lifestyle things, because it makes too much sense that stuff's going to translate and that's going to help you on the court, So just be real with yourself. If you do have questions about things, you know who to reach out to. There's coaches all over the place with the answers. But yeah, just make sure your habits are in check and do what you need to do.
1K.
Facts. That's real, bro.
Keep
That's the main thing. Exactly, Zing. And now we about to keep the main thing right here, right now. Let's switch over a little bit, switch gears, man. Obviously, like I said a little bit earlier at the intro, we have an 1100 member on the podcast. For those of y'all that don't know,
Yes, sir, Scoot.
1100 is the the house
Crib.
that me, Vi, Zine,
The
along with
mansion.
numerous others,
Yeah.
call home. A lot of great memories, a lot of extremely fun, wild, crazy times were had at that residence. And one of the things we always used to bond over at that residence was just talking a little bit about basketball. And obviously, with the NBA, we're heading into the best part of what the NBA season is all about. And fellas, it's playoff time.
Yep.
So, Zine, do you have the bracket or anything pulled up on your
I got
phone?
the bracket pulled up right now. I'm ready to rock.
All right, let's get into it, bro.
All right, we're
Break
gonna kick
it
it
down,
off.
and
We're
then
gonna kick it off Western Conference. Yep, we're gonna kick it off Western Conference play-in game. I'm gonna start off with the 9 and 10 matchup. We got the Kings going up against my former squad, the Dallas Mavericks. Not my squad no more. But yeah, how we feeling about Kings Mavericks?
I think that'll be a pretty easy one for the Kings. Shout out to Dallas.
Okay.
I fuck with what y'all got going on out there and everything. But it's looking a little shaky. I always find it tough if a team's saying fire their GM during the game. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but he needs to be fired. Get rid of Nico, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I hope we lose this game. I just want to get this season over with and completely flush it. I'm through with this season mentally. I think Anthony Davis has a monster game, though. Something just tells me Anthony Davis goes crazy.
Yeah, AD, he gonna do what he do.
What about you, Vi?
That's in Sacramento?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kings, but I think it could be a good game just because I think Anthony Davis could give Sabonis. He could go for like 30 and 20, and I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I'm saying?
Factual.
I'm gonna go Kings. Yeah, I'm gonna go Kings.
Okay, say less. And then we got the 7-8 matchup. We got Memphis and Golden State. That's also play-in. Yep.
Spice Ball 3000, man. Bob, let you start with that one. Who you got, bro?
Man, I think this is going to be a super lit matchup. Obviously, if y'all remember a couple years ago, Memphis, same exact scenario in the play-in, went there and got it done. Man, if I had to...
I'm scared about this.
I had to put money down. I think I would put it on the Warriors. I'm going to go with the Warriors. I think, a Steph and Jimmy combo in a postseason game at home. I think they're going to come with something. I think Ja's going to come with something. But yeah, I'm gonna go Steph and them at the crib to get to the Houston matchup.
Yeah,
I respect it.
I agree.
Yeah, I respect it. I ditto. I feel the exact same way. Yep. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the Eastern Conference play-ins before I get into the actual bracket. So we got in the East, we got a 9-10 matchup between Khan's beloved Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat. How are we feeling about that one?
I'll let you start, bro.
Where is this game at?
This game is in Chicago.
Man, wow. I think I'm going to go with Miami because I think a Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo duo, Heat culture, man. I love Spoelstra's like my favorite coach in the league. I love Buzelis. I think he's going to be a super good piece moving forward. Kobe White, can kind of do his thing. But I'm going to go with Miami on the road to get that one.
For sure.
I disagree though.
What you gonna say, Zane?
I think the Giddler and Buzelis come to hoop, gang, and I think the Bulls sneak into the playoffs, bro. I think it's lit in Chicago. I think it's lit.
Wowzers.
I think it's lit out there, bro. I think the Bulls find a way to get it done. Miami has been, God, they've been riddled with injuries. They just can't seem to get the ball rolling, get some steam behind them.
Yeah, they're weird.
I think Miami's just kind of ready to put this season behind them, if I'm being real. I don't know if they want to make the playoffs, but like Vi said, that Heat culture, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a push for the 8 seed and then fucked around and made some noise in the playoffs. So, but I hope the Bulls win it and make the playoffs. That would make my whole year.
No, it's a few people that watch the pod from the crib, so I can't really pick against home team. But between me and the niggas that play for the Heat, please go out there and beat these niggas by 50 points or more. Our organization deserves nothing more than to get embarrassed in the play-in on our home court. But honestly, I do hope the Bulls can win. I am excited a tad bit just to see the Bulls get to play in the postseason, even though it's the lame play-in. And since obviously we don't really have shit to look forward to next season because we can't get a pick, so we might as well try to do something decent in the playoffs or something. So, yeah, I'll just go with the Bulls, I guess.
1K. And then the last play-in matchup is we got Orlando and Atlanta in Orlando.
Oof. That's what you think, Vi?
I think I'm a big Trae Young guy. I think he's criminally underrated.
I'll let you go first.
I like Trae, but Paolo and Franz. I'm also a big Paolo guy. I think he's going to be one of them ones. So, yeah, I'm going to go Orlando. Like, they were good last year. Like, they took Cleveland to 7. I think they kind of got a little something rolling a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to go Orlando in that matchup.
Let's talk a little bit real quick about this. Do y'all think Franz and Paolo can last? Is that something that can work long term to get them to a conference final or a chip, or are they gonna have to get rid of somebody?
I feel like with both of them on the team, it doesn't necessarily affect Paolo's ceiling, but I feel like it affects Franz's ceiling just because Franz is always going to have to defer to Paolo. Not necessarily saying that Franz should go somewhere and be a number one option, but when you and the number one option play very similar positions, it can be a little tricky. Personally, I don't think it's a bad duo by any means, but I think that both of them would just do better in their own separate situations. I definitely think that.
I agree.
It's very real, and I feel the same way.
You can get a good little package or you can put something together with Franz and get something decent.
Get something decent.
That's what I was saying the other day.
Super decent.
Could the Magic not get something like Shaden Sharp for Franz or something?
I don't know if I'm giving up Shaden.
In the league right now,
Franz?
If you ask the GMs, Franz is more valuable than Shaden right now by a good amount.
By a large margin.
Yeah.
They're going to take Franz.
I get it. But what Shaden did this year was crazy. Bro, averaged about 25 a game, if I'm not mistaken. He was in purgatory in Portland.
Exactly.
But
that's damn near empty. Somebody got to shoot the motherfucker.
But think about this. If you send Shaden to Orlando, does he not give you what Franz is giving you, if not a little bit more, being in a different position?
You're gonna have to see.
It's
gonna have to take a step back because Paolo the one option.
Yeah, valid.
He's not just gonna get to get out there and chuck like he do.
But even in Portland, Denny be getting it up. D. Ayton got to get his shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily saying any of them shoot the same volume as Paolo, but you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Forgetting about Portland. Portland need to just.
Maybe I'm sleep on Franz. I'm sleeping on Franz. I'm sleeping. See, I gotta wake up on Franz.
I kind of fool with him, but let's get into let's keep moving.
Yeah, so 1-8 matchup in the Western Conference, we'd have Thunder versus Kings. How we see that one going?
4-0.
Well, remember with the play-in, like the winner of the 9-10 plays the loser of the 7-8.
Yeah.
I'm bugging. I'm tripping. You sure right, Vi. You sure right, Vi. So it would be
like Sacramento would play like either Memphis or Golden State, whoever loses.
Or Golden State. Yep.
So if you're in the 9-10 game, you got to win 2 games to get the AC.
Okay, I'm understanding. Got it. Okay, so who do we got?
No matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no.
Unless it was Golden State, Oklahoma City.
It'll be tough.
That would be lit.
But Shea gon' dog the shit out them niggas, boy.
Out Golden State?
Shea gon' dog the shit out them niggas.
Kind of.
Shea is gonna kill them, bro. Zing. They're gonna have to play, 2 games? Bro.
If the Warriors...
That's gonna probably be
If the Warriors saw the Thunder in the first round, I think the Warriors would win.
The Warriors gonna beat the Grizzlies, so they'll be the 7. So they would have to play the Rockets.
Yeah, they would play the Rockets. But if somehow, some way, if the Grizzlies fall to the 8 seed if the Grizzlies fall to the 8 seed and end up playing the Thunder, I see the Thunder getting the Grizzlies out of there in 4 or 5 games.
4 to 5. Yeah, that's 4 to 5.
I agree.
It'll be a little tougher if they play the Warriors, but I still think
OKC, yeah.
I feel it. Okay, so then in the Eastern Conference, we've got either Chicago or Miami versus Orlando. I think that was kind of everybody's general consensus on how that Orlando and Atlanta game is going to go.
Probably belt whoever they play.
Orlando belting whoever they played out would send Chicago or Miami to play against Cleveland. So who would it would be Atlanta. It would be Atlanta because Atlanta would lose. I'm tripping. So it would be Chicago or Miami versus Atlanta.
Yep.
Okay. And then who do we got? Yeah.
Man, the Bulls gonna beat the shit out of Atlanta. Now I'm on my Chicago shit. The Bulls are gonna beat the shit out of Atlanta. Yeah, now I'm on that. I was hating, but if we play Atlanta, if we get to the point we play Atlanta, love Trae Young, ice trade again, but it's over with. That's just me.
Somebody check Khan's cup.
What y'all think? I know y'all big on Trae Young and them.
I'm gonna go Cavs.
I mean, yeah.
Cavs.
Yeah. Now I ain't saying the Bulls gonna get past the Cavs.
Yeah, I think the Cavs are beating whoever they play. I think the Celtics are dog walking whoever they play. I think Atlanta wins that final play-in game, though, regardless of who they play, regardless of if they play Miami or Chicago. I think Atlanta gets that done. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
so
what do y'all?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what do y'all think about the Bucks and the Pacers, bro?
I'm sick for Dame, man. I'm really sick for Dame. He should be
facts. Get well soon, Dame Lillard, bro.
Yeah, he should be out there. The Pacers,
1,000%.
No, I don't know if they're gonna win. That's gonna be one of the best first round or matchups. I think I'm gonna go Bucks. I'm gonna go Bucks in 7 because I think like Giannis. I think it's been a couple years. I think Giannis is ready to like really be on some like, crazy stuff.
Hercules.
I'm gonna go Bucks in like 6 or 7 because I think the Pacers are still good, but yeah, like Giannis is gonna like average like 29 and 12 in that series or something crazy.
What you think, Z?
I think Giannis is going to the conference finals at least. When I look at this side of the bracket, when I look at bro, I think Giannis got some crazy shit in his bag.
Here you go, y'all.
When if we look at the way
nothing crazy today.
Listen, bro. If we look at the way Giannis has been
to the
playing,
damn end of the pod.
See, no, y'all, because y'all got to hear me out. Listen. If Giannis continues to play at the level that he's currently playing at, who is beating the Milwaukee Bucks? The Pacers? No. Y'all don't believe that. You telling me the Indiana Pacers?
Giannis, I think they'll beat the Pacers.
Okay.
So then they play the Pacers.
So then they go see the Cavs, right? They would go see the Cavs in the second round. See? But why is it over at that point? Why is it over at that point? What is telling you that it's going to be over?
Because if you don't have a Damian Lillard, you have 2 guys over there for Cleveland named Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland.
One of them disappears in the playoffs nearly every year. But if Kevin Porter Jr. also continues to play at the level he's playing at, which I feel like that's the X factor for Milwaukee, it's all going to be up to Kevin Porter Jr. If he could carry as a point guard, I think the Bucks will be straight. But if, obviously I'm sick for Dame. Heart goes out to Dame. But I think Milwaukee low-key got off by not having Boston on their side of the bracket, bro. I feel like Milwaukee can make a run. I don't know.
Okay. Vi, what you think?
I mean,
could they beat the Cavs?
Nah. I think the Cavs got a little too, like, you look at Mobley, Allen, and DeAndre Hunter was a fantastic pickup at the 3 spot.
Great pickup for Cleveland.
Elite pickup at the 3 spot. So yeah, I just think when you combine that like athleticism and defense on the front line with them 2 like with them 2 bucket getters back there.
That's what I'm saying. They gonna come down that bitch.
And you got like a Ty Jerome, you got Strus shooting it like, I think Cleveland. I got Cleveland over Milwaukee.
I feel it.
If Dame,
and they got
then I would say like maybe that would be a super lit series, but with no Dame.
Yeah.
Rats, man.
Okay, I feel it. I got faith in Giannis. Okay, so let me see. We got Nuggets Clippers.
This is where shit gets exciting. Cause boy, what?
Go ahead, Con.
Clip show.
I'm gonna go clip show, and I'm going clips in 6. I'm going clips in 6. It's going to be crazy. I talked about this the last episode or two ago.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard is in a different mindset, bro. And we know how Kawhi gets when he gets into these weird, different mindsets that he has, bro. And then he got the bearded guy over there, man. My favorite shooting guard to ever play in the NBA. It's scary. I don't know. We got him again. He can go get 30s and 40s and 20s and 25s.
Norman
and all
Powell
types of
playing
stuff.
at a high level.
Man, Big Zubac
right,
averaging
Norman Powell,
20 and
then just like
20.
Zeke said, Zubac top 5 center in the league.
Top 3.
So you have Harden, James Harden, one of the best passers, best pick and roll players ever, playing with a guy who's a top 5 big man in the league right now. And then you had Kawhi Leonard.
Definitely a good recipe.
They about to beat the shit out of Denver. Shout out to Denver, but it's over.
Yeah, Denver fucked up firing Mike Malone.
Is Denver the 4 or the 5? Or who's?
They're the 4. Yeah, the Clippers are the 5 seed.
Yeah, Clippers could win that in 6.
I feel like it, bro.
Who's gonna stop? Agree. Who gonna get stops? Love Christian Braun to death, but it's gonna get spooky.
Okay, question. So y'all say the Thunder walk whoever they meet in the first round, right?
And I'm about to get spicy after this. I know what you're about to say.
So do the Clippers beat the Thunder in the second round, or can the Thunder take care of the Clippers pretty easy?
Do y'all want to go, or am I?
It looks like you got it.
The Clippers are about to beat the shit out the Thunder, bro. Love OKC. Shay's a Kentucky guy, Coach Cal University, so I fuck with Shay. Fuck with Casey Wallace, Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, Arkansas boys. Grew up playing against them my whole life. But I'm just going to say this because we at this point right now. This Clippers and this Lakers conference finals is about to feed families. It's about to feed families, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know right now because y'all my boys. But this is about to be colossal. So just put your
Battle of LA in the conference finals would feed families, gang. I can't even lie.
That would be super duper.
I would love that. And I'm a Lake Shore fan temporarily for this playoff run. So
come over here with us, bro. It's lit, man. I'm loving it.
I'm gonna go Thunder in 7. I'm gonna go Thunder in 7 over the Clippers. Crazy series. I'm gonna go Thunder in 7. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
What makes you say Thunder in 7 though?
Because I just think they're ready to get over that hump in the second round. I think Shea really is that guy. I think Harden and Kawhi are gonna play awesome, but I think like the Thunder as a unit. Like they got the craziest fan base. I think they're ready for that. But then they're gonna run into that.
It's gonna be rocking.
Then they're gonna run into them boys, and then it's gonna be over with. I think we'll get to that probably next. But yeah.
Yep. To me, I think I want to say Clippers. I want to say Clippers in 6, but that solely depends so much on James Harden not crumbling in the playoffs. That I really am leaning more towards Thunder in 7. Just because if James Harden is playing at a high level and he's not turning the ball over, he's taking smart shots, he's getting everybody involved, the Clippers are going to be one of the hardest teams to beat. But history has showed us that at some point, he's probably going to break down. At some point. So I hope that wouldn't be the Thunder series, but I think the Thunder get it done, bro. I think the Thunder get it done in 7. I think that, I second what Vi said. I think
like this, man.
Shea and the Thunder get over that second round slump. But I definitely think if they do make it out the second round, it's over with. The conference finals, it's over with.
Yeah.
But. Yeah. Should we switch over to to that side
Just
of the
real
bracket.
quick before we start getting serious. One more last one. That's the early one before we get to the serious shit. Are the Warriors gonna beat the Rockets if they have to play them in the first round? Is that a 2-7 that's going? Is that a 7 that's going to upset the 2 right there?
Yeah, that could be.
I feel like experience wise, it's just a little hard. It's going to be hard for Houston. I won't say hard for. It'll be interesting to see how Houston responds. Ime Udoka is a great coach, so I'm sure he'll have Houston in the right mindset to play. Amen Thompson is a alien. But I think Golden State has too much experience. They've been there too many times before. Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. It's hard to bet against those guys, especially with a young team like Houston. Not to say Houston doesn't have a good squad. They had a great year this year, but I just think they're a little too young.
That's facts. I'm with y'all. I think that could be one that Golden State wins.
Hey, what y'all think about Knicks Pistons? That's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, that's gonna be facts. Like Ballard used to say back in the day. Oh, bro, it's gonna be a bloodbath. You get in there, but I don't know. I still think New York got it though. Just kind of like the same slouch that we put against the Rockets. I love the Pistons. I love Detroit. Y'all know, we big fans of what Detroit has going on.
No cap. Shout out Cade Cunningham.
Basketball, as far as just the music scene too. Shout out to Babyface Ray and V's and them guys. But that's not going to be enough. New York will probably squeeze that out in 6 or 7.
Yeah,
I said New York in 5, but
it could be that.
Yeah.
Too. I just don't know how Brunson gonna play.
Yeah, I agree. I think the
Knicks
Knicks
got
got
too
much.
Yeah. I'll go Knicks in like 6. But I'm excited to see Cade in the playoffs for the first time. I think he's gonna really try to get off
and make a name. Facts. Go make a name for yourself, bro. Nah,
facts. There's gonna be a Cade coming out party.
Let's get to the nitty gritty though.
Let's get
to the nitty gritty though.
Alrighty, let's do it. Okay, so second round, or we'll get into the. Obviously, we got Lakers over Timberwolves in the first round. That was the last first round matchup. I forgot. That's the 3-6 in the Western Conference. Yeah, we don't really too much got to talk about that.
Shout out AE though.
It would be Lakers. Warriors in the second round, or it would be Lakers Rockets. Either way, I think Lakers get it done. We all agree.
Stephen Curry, Oreo McFlurry, pulling up in a hurry. Lakers in 5. How we can
say it. All right, man. So that brings us to a conference championship in the West of either LA and OKC or a battle of LA. We'll say a battle of LA for the time being, because I feel like we all got.
Let's do the LA OKC. Let's do the LA OKC.
Y'all we can talk that.
We can do Lakers OKC because that's what y'all want to. Y'all ain't got faith in the Clips like I do. So let's talk LA OKC.
Let's talk it.
What's
not really much to talk about on my end, but
KC, FC, AFC, Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
See, I don't know if
it's
it's 5,
up, bro.
I don't know if it's 5,
it's
but
about to be up.
I say Lakers is 6. I say Lakers is 6.
Bro. I know you want to do that 5, bro. I think
they get it done.
Though? Like, is there any chance that OKC can beat the Lakers?
No.
4 times? No.
Man,
no.
Sheesh.
They don't. Braun doesn't lose to Braun wouldn't lose to
young pups. That's the thing too, Vi. What Vi was just about to say. What was you about to say, Vi?
You see how Luka did Minnesota and Oklahoma City last year? He's about to run it right back with LeBron.
Yeah, we about to go right through that.
Yeah.
With LeBron riding shotgun with him, nigga.
Like, bro.
It's about to be up.
Like, bro.
It's about to be up.
All right, bet. And then in the East, we got. I hope it's a Cleveland-Boston matchup in the West. I mean, in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's what we're gonna get.
How do we feel about that?
I think it's gonna be lit. Like, I think Cleveland is like good. I think they got the athletes to kind of throw it like Boston's athletes.
Very true.
Yeah, Boston in 6.
Yeah, facts. Boston, we just a lot. It's too deep, bro.
Yeah,
Boston too deep, bro.
And bro, okay.
Damn. So is it?
If I can, bro, the narrative last playoffs, like, it became cool to like hate on Jason Tatum just because like he had a couple inefficient, like that kind of just became the cool little like narrative. I was never with that. I think Tatum is like an elite guy.
Yeah. My podcast co-host is with that shit though.
I am very with that shit.
Yeah.
You're not a Tatum guy?
I am not a Tatum guy, Vi. I'm sorry, bro. I am not, bro.
He missing out, bro.
I'm so sorry.
He missing out, bro, on a lot of buckets and a lot of fun lit shit going on.
A lot of fun lit shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got LMA, Deuce courtside,
Man.
breaking baby laws and all type of shit.
Yeah, Tatum is crazy.
It's going up, man. It's going up, man. Shout out to JT.
Shout out JT for sure. Shout out JT.
No, I'm with you though. I hate the JT slander.
Yeah.
It's gonna only get worse once LeBron retires and them older guys start to retire. Because then more of the hate is just gonna be focused on somebody like Tatum.
Yeah. Because like, he's not Kevin
But
Durant. Like he's not. But like he's still great though. Like
he's
Yeah.
him. He's a legend.
No, for
bro.
sure.
Top-
He is elite. That has not
Other than-
ever been my argument. He is elite.
Other
Like
than
cream of the
Larry,
crop.
other than Larry, Dontavius Bird, it is nobody to put on that green and white jersey that could say they was that could say they was rocking with Jason Tatum. That's just me.
Hey, bro.
That's just me.
I feel
But
it. So
but
is
yeah.
it 08
Now let's
again?
get
Do
to-
we get a Lakers Celtics finals this year?
Yeah, we
It's
taking it.
2010.
We taking it back to the
Man.
essence, man. We throwing it back to when this shit was real. When you could come to an NBA game, see somebody get knocked out, and the game resume as normal. We throwing it back to them days. We going Lakers Celtics with it, man. We going Lakers
Okay,
Celtics.
so
with it,
what does that series look like? Who comes out on top? I forgot who I was on the pod with here. I'm sorry.
Lakers.
Yeah, they're going Lake Show, guys.
I want to say 7. They're gonna win in Boston, and then like LeBron's gonna hit his little like sidestep 3 to put the dagger in it, and then
that high arcing motherfucker.
it's gonna go right through the heart of all these Michael Jordan fans, and he's gonna win his 5th ring in Boston.
Hey,
Luka gonna win Finals
We
MVP,
gonna-
but Braun gonna ball out though, and he gonna then it's
That
just
would
gonna
be
be
so lit.
anyone else to go. Lakers,
man.
does he retire? Does Braun
Ooh, we-
retire if they win a ring this year?
no.
I'm out of here. I am. Well, because like this
Bryce.
really like out of all the other shit though, this really what he been chasing.
That fifth
like,
ring.
The 4th ring was like the 4th ring. People could put that argument in. Like you could say, Mike. Oh, you could say them guys in there every now and then. But if I get a 5-piece, I'm leading scorer of all time. I've been the face of the league since I was 19.
Yeah, I'm better.
Ronnie James is my son. Y'all really can't say nothing to me. I'm the greatest ever.
I'm better. Yeah.
I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all
better.
can have this league. Y'all hating on me anyway. Isaiah Thomas saying I'm not professional because I'm warming up without my shirt on. Like, it's getting ridiculous. I'm done. I'll be done with the league. If I got a 5th one, I'm riding off with the middle finger up, bro. I'm telling you.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm never coming to
Okay.
a game ever again if I'm Braun. I'm donating my money to the Big 3. I'm giving my money to
Oh.
Ice Cube and Ohio State and the Ohio State football team. And we're going to win national championships and Big 3 championships for the rest of our life.
You got
I'm
this shit
done.
planned out to a T.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done if I'm Braun.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's a good thing he won't be getting that 5th ring this year then, because the Celtics bringing that shit home, y'all. I'm sorry to say. Bro, the Celtics
This is the
are...
last episode of the What the Business Is.
Bro, the Celtics are... See, gang. I don't know if the Lakers can fuck with the Celtics, bro. I think y'all are forgetting that them niggas have Kristaps Porzingis. And you guys have nobody that can hold Kristaps Porzingis. And coming from a Mavericks fan, shit can get scary when you don't got nobody to hold Kristaps Porzingis.
Talk about. Yeah.
that is the last guy.
I'm telling y'all.
Man, Chris Stapps, get slapped, gift wrapped. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. For real, bro.
Get slapped, gift wrapped.
Yeah, man.
Lakers in 5. I'm
Lakers in
crying,
5,
bro. That shit would be lit.
It's
I
a
would
wrap.
love a Lakers Celtics finals though, just for the nostalgia. That would be super lit. That would be super lit.
But real quick, Vibe, before we get you off here, I know you're busy and shit, but who's your MVP?
This is hard, bro. I'm glad I'm not on these committees.
Shit.
I'm gonna go Shea. I'm gonna pick Shea, Gilgeous, Alexander.
Whew, I knew we had a good guest on here today, guys. I knew he was gonna have a great pod.
With but Jokic is literally right there on his heels.
I knew he was gonna have a great pod today, guys. I knew from the moment I woke up this morning.
Bro, the NBA fucked it up because they gave Jokic the MVP when they should have gave it to Luka. And now Jokic is having his actual best season. And they can't give my nigga the MVP. Bro, he just put up 60, 20, and 20, bro. He might be the MVP.
Sorry.
Man. I'm just saying. But, yeah, I feel
lost
it.
13 games.
Yeah, Shea got the best team, best player on the best team. I get it.
Shea lost 13 games.
Shout out Shea.
Gotta give it to Shea.
Love. Congrats, bro. Love.
Facts. But
yeah,
man, Vi.
This
has been a great episode, man.
Yeah, man. Phenomenal episode.
You got any shout outs or anything you want to get off before we wrap up or anything? I know you got some stuff coming up next and stuff over the summer, so if you want to,
No, man, shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to 1100, 1167.
Man.
Yes, Sarsky.
Southwest Mulvane, man.
I'm working part-time at Nike on the plaza. So if y'all ever in that area shopping,
hell yeah.
I'll be I'm at the Nike store. Shout out to Nike.
I'm gonna come holler at you for sure.
Man.
I need some new kicks.
We got what you need, bro.
Man. And real quick too, Zine, before I let you wrap up.
What's up?
Pause actually too for that. I just want to give, on a serious note, I just want to give condolences to Kyra and Lacey. Usually we do our condolences at the beginning of the pod.
For sure.
But doing it at the end, I forgot at the beginning. So yeah, rest in peace to Kyra and Lacey.
Man.
Very unfortunate situation. And if you are going through something, anybody that watches the pod or anybody that's listening, make sure you go get some help, man. Always ask somebody. There's always somebody that's around, that's available to help, man. And for sure you're not alone. So for sure, man, get well soon to his family and friends, and everybody that's connected to that. That's an extremely sad situation, especially when you got the NFL draft coming up in a couple weeks. So, Zine, do it.
Alrighty, y'all. Man, condolences to Kyra and Lacey's family, of course, again. But without any further ado, y'all, this has been another great episode. I want to give a special thanks to our guest for popping out, Levi. Appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate
it was
y'all.
A great episode. This was episode 38, right?
30.
Yep. So man, y'all remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow us on all social media platforms. We everywhere you can get your content at. We on Instagram at WTBI Pod. We on TikTok at WTBI Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube and rock with us on Spotify at What the Business Is Pod. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We've been having steady growth, and we just hope to keep it going, y'all. So without any further ado, man, it's your boy Zine.
And it's your boy Khan.
And shoot, man, Vi, we appreciate you once again.
Vi, man, thank you for coming on. We got to definitely do this again sometime.
For sure, man.
For sure.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, without any further ado, y'all, we'll see y'all in the next one, man.
Y'all, we out.